How you doing?
Banging the computer. What's going on?
Robert
It's truly
Elizondo and I
extraordinary.
have presented this before, and the phone lines have melted down over it. And then when I saw the price, I went, okay, I'm not going to ask any questions.
I was
Robert
pretty shocked
Elizondo.
myself.
I know. Hey,
No,
but
I
like
really
I
was.
said, because I love shopping like you do. It's so good to see
Great
you.
to see
Thank
you,
you
dear.
for joining us
Yep.
on our show.
Well, always great to be here.
How long have you been bringing your timepieces here to QVC now?
22 years.
I knew it was over 20.
22 years.
22 years
Yeah.
now. But what is happening in this one-time only value, the price goes away at the end of the day, the 6 easy pays go away at the end of the day. What's happening right now really has not ever happened, I don't think, in your 22 years. When we talk about the background, the story, the carat weight in gemstones, the quality, everything about this timepiece is kind of like a culmination of your 2 decades plus work. It's a partnership between Robert and our own Joel Schechter from Honora Pearls. But there's not a pearl to be seen in this. Instead, rubies, 7 carats of them, or sapphires on which you have to act fast. It's not going to last. 3 dozen in the sapphire.
Oh.
6.5 carat. There was once an emerald that didn't even
There
make it
was
to the
once
show.
an emerald.
Yes.
Right.
Stainless steel timepiece with Swiss parts movement and a 5-year warranty, and it's water resistant and all that good stuff. But you probably didn't hear a word I said because you can't believe the gemstone presence on this, and the gems themselves have a very storied history behind them.
It's so true, and this was just such an extraordinary opportunity for us, and now it's an extraordinary opportunity for our customers here at QVC. That Joel Schechter, his father had collected these stones over decades. He just, whenever he would come across a cache of these stones from some of his suppliers all over the world, he'd just buy them, and he had them involved. And Joel just had recently discovered that he had these stones available, and was looking for a partner to create an item that would feature them. And what is better than this beautiful 1.25 inch size dial on this watch to be able to show off this big array of these gemstones, because these are like some larger size stones. These go from like 2.5 to 3.5, 4 millimeter in size, okay, which is
Sorry, the sapphire's
extraordinary.
gone.
Sapphire, goodbye
I know.
sapphire, beautiful blue
I had to pull
sapphire.
it out of the shot because it was gone.
What we like to talk about with these stones, aside from the fact that these are all old cuts, okay? These were cut the way the style was in the 50s and the 60s, okay? So you'll see these beautiful facets on these stones. It's extraordinary. We really wanted to show off the beautiful range of colors that Joel brought to us. So you see, we really kind of call it the colors of ruby here. To me, it almost looks like a field of roses or flowers, because you have some undulation in the color, some gradation of the color, and you have the mix of the size. This is something we're really seeing in top fashion, in high-end European jewelry right now. Jen, you know this because you've seen a lot of this around. This mixing of the sizes and the shapes on your pave, it really creates something updated and extraordinary and fresh, I think, using the stones this way.
I feel like it brings out the best of the ruby when you do it that way. When you have this contrast of different shading, you appreciate all of them more. It's
You
almost
really
like you want
do.
to dig in and scoop them
Well,
out.
'cause, no one color is more beautiful than the other. I love the lighter shades. I love the deeper shades. There's some that are kind of like almost blood red in there, some that are almost like pinkish in hue, and I just love the mix of the color. Then we even brought 4 more onto the case, as well as your crown. So you have stones everywhere you look. Look, the one on the crown is 3.5 millimeters. 3.5
by the
millimeter
way,
stone.
here's one. Yeah, I mean, it's like your own discovery. You're mining for the stones in your own timepiece. It's all stainless steel. I do want to mention to you that you do have 1 removable clasp
2
here.
removable
Oh, I'm so
clasps.
sorry. So you've
Yeah,
got
so you
2,
have a
which will
total
really
of
take
3.
a small, average, and large on that one. So no need to take it to your jeweler. It's instantly adjustable. You've got that security level right there. Swiss parts movement on this one as well. So while we talk about the carat weight and the gemstones, I want you to know we're talking about an Ecclissi timepiece here. So this is one that's meant to be worn for the rest of your days.
Absolutely.
And I love that the gems are protected underneath that watch as well.
Exactly. Listen, for those of you who are, Jen mentioned this, we were both in Tucson, this past week, enjoying that fabulous gem event down there.
So fun.
And, one of my main missions was to look for rubies that were, the equivalent of this quality that we happen to get from Joel. These don't exist anymore. We used what Joel had. on this lot. We were not able to get any more from him. He gave us what he had. The beauty of part of the great opportunity was that he also was kind enough to let us take the stones at the prices his father paid back in the 60s. And that's the only reason. That's the only reason. And any of you that have looked at ruby jewelry out there in the market would know that even at twice this price, at the original price, it's an absurd. How many carats do we have, Jen? It's 7
in the rubies,
carats.
we're talking about 7 carats.
7 carats of rubies, okay? So that's the only reason you're seeing even the original price on this was because Joel was kind enough to let us have those stones at the original pricing. Otherwise, this is not replicable. We cannot duplicate this at this type of pricing. And then with today's offer from QVC, I mean, I'm floored by this. I can't even tell you. I'm calling my family. I'm saying, you guys, you've got to I don't have any more myself. QVC has the only batch left of this. You've been wanting, my family's like calling me up like, hey, we need this for a graduation. We need this. I'm like, you've got to get in on this at QVC today because you're not going to find an offer like this.
Yeah, Robert, I think when we talk about the one-time only value, this epitomizes it. This is what you're looking, this is why
something
QVC
special,
viewers,
something that you're not going to be able to get out in the market. It's special. It's exclusive to QVC.
Gem lovers.
You're exactly right.
Or just QVC shoppers. Like those of you who've been doing this for a long time, you see that banner.
I love that shot.
Red banner.
It was like a bouquet of roses.
Yes.
It really, really was. Those beautiful, tight bouquets of roses that they do.
Then you know it's something special.
Yeah,
and
it really, really
even
is.
if this exists at the end of the day and the price goes up, it will still be an incredible offer. To Robert's point, at $465, it's a steal for 7 carats of rubies. At $248, it becomes comical.
You have to, because then you have to say, okay, what do you get for $248 in a watch? Out there at retail. Go look in a department store, go online, do a search. You're going to be getting basically just a fashion watch at that price level. Here you're getting Swiss movement. You're getting precious gemstones. You're getting 3 ATM water resistance, okay? The 5-year warranty. You're getting everything that you could possibly expect out of a high-end luxury timepiece. And you're getting something that you will not see on anyone else. You just, go to the internet right now and search, just do a search term, ruby pave watch. And let's see what comes up.
Any carat weight.
I'll tell you what might come up is you might come up with maybe something from some royal collection somewhere, something in a museum, something at the Smithsonian, but you're not going to see something in the market. You're certainly not going to see something in the market that's even remotely affordable.
We have 400 orders already on this. And as you can hear in Robert's voice, you hear my own excitement over this. Like, I'm thrilled for those of you who pick it up. All this being said, though, like if you're not looking at your screen and we say a 7-carat ruby timepiece, aren't you probably thinking of something that you wouldn't necessarily wear every single day? Take a look at this piece and how these rubies have become really a wall of saturated, vibrant red. But by no means does this make it a special occasion only timepiece. As a collector, this is one of your favorites, but I think you'll be surprised when you find how often you've been wearing this, how much it becomes your workhorse timepiece more than any other. So it's that investment in the 7 carat of rubies with the special cuts and the old pricing and everything about it, but it's also a fabulous timepiece that you'll get so much use out of that it far exceeds any justification you're seeking for the $248 price tag.
That's the beauty of this particular design, Jen. We did it in a beautiful classic. We wanted a classic look that would look great now. It would look great in 10 years. It'll look great in 20 years. It's not going to go out of style. We have a beautiful, gorgeous, round, textured case. We have some texture on the bracelet links there. These are classic. Beautiful, they feel great on the wrist. So to your point, this is absolutely a watch. You should wear it every day. You don't put this in the jewelry box. Don't hide this beautiful timepiece. And it has, even with all of that bed of pave, all of that ruby, all of that beauty, it has a subtleness to it. It's not screaming. It's not too much bling. It really is. It's classic. It's understated. I think it really says a lot about the person who picks up this timepiece that they know what they're buying. They're smart about their purchases. They know, well, they know that the crazy value for 7 carats of ruby.
I feel like just if we pulled all the stones out of here and we're just holding them in our hands and offering that at $248.
I am sure, I was going to say, listen, just having come back from Tucson, I know that.
I know, especially then.
I know that I could have taken the stones out of this watch, sat at a booth, and probably,
no, you're not getting
you know.
These back. More than half of our quantity has evaporated, is gone on this timepiece. It should go without saying, but I'll reiterate for those of you just tuning in, it cannot be reordered because the stones themselves really slept idle for decades before they were discovered, rediscovered.
Exactly.
And then because these have passed through Robert's hands, they've been done justice, right? They've been given a place where they'll be preserved, but not hidden. And every time you look at it, you're doing those stones justice. Look at how they've been set, how clean they all lock into place. But when I say clean, I also, though, mean the vibrancy and the range of the color. So you get contrast in there as well, because if you know your gems, then you know. Within the ruby world, there are multiple colors. Within the sapphire world, there are multiple colors.
Right.
But that doesn't mean that anyone is better than the next.
Right.
The quality of these stones is superior, but the colors vary so that you get to appreciate. It's like the stories of ruby timepiece.
Exactly.
Right?
It's like the stories of ruby. I love that aspect of it. I really think it brings it alive. I think that sometimes there's nothing wrong with a perfect, pave of stones. It's all the same color. But I think that this almost, it really does bring it alive. You see as the watch moves, you see all those different colors from the pinkish to the deep red. And it's, I think, magnificent because of that.
When I was driving back, we were driving to the airport back from Tucson. I was in the car with Jennifer Hankinson and Grace Joanette and Peyton. And I said, oh, here's my last chance.
Our gang.
Yeah, the think tank, right? And I said, okay, guys, we're fresh from the fair. What are you most excited about, like, going forward? And the first thing that Jen said was ruby, emerald, sapphire.
Yeah.
Ruby, emerald, sapphire.
Right.
Which means you're going to see a lot more of that. And what
You
often
are.
means, though, is that you see higher price tags from other retailers because they know it is hot. Here's an opportunity to lock in an ancient price on rubies.
It's really true. We will look. This has been a fabulous and successful piece for us. We've had just amazing feedback from our customers.
That's great.
How much they're enjoying it, how much they're loving it at home. Each and every one of them is going to be individual and different and unique because, of course, all these stones are live and dynamic and organic. We will build another ruby watch. We will build another sapphire watch. They will not have this carat weight, Jen.
Yeah.
We can't do it. They will not have this carat weight. They won't have these particular gemstones, and it will not be anywhere near this price.
I was waiting for you to finish.
It will not be anywhere near this price.
Make that last part absolutely clear. All right, we started with more than 800 of them. We have about 250 remaining. No reorder is available, and we are down where once we did have ruby, emerald, sapphire. We are down now to just the ruby. If you want to lock it in on 6 easy payments of $41. J322371, Robert, thank you so much.
Do not miss it. Thanks, Jen.
All right, have a good one. Okay, that's 2 down. What I love about a 3-hour show, 3 one-time only values. That's great. This is the third.